The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to Conor Commentary, a hilarious take on news, politics, sports, and current events. It's time to buckle up. Here's Conor.
All right, welcome back, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy night before Thanksgiving. It's the biggest drinking night of the year, right?
Number one.
Is that vodka in there?
In both of these, yeah.
Is it? Wow. All right, there you go. Wow, I see what you're doing there, Ed Sullivan.
What? I'm not doing anything.
He's saying somebody rigged the drinks with vodka.
We're drinking.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so we're back. I'm sitting in the wrong seat. We didn't get confused. Jason Martin's back. He was here. I looked it up. He was here week 4, and we're now in week 14. I had to go back for Troll of the Week. So you're going to have your chance to talk back to Xander Tower today. So let's get into the Troll of the Week. Xander Tower, this was back week 4 when you came on. You remember?
Yep.
He put, most boring podcast I've ever watched. I've overheard more interesting conversations waiting for the tea.
And I responded to that kid.
You did? What did you say?
I said, that was me you were listening to on the T. Piece of shit. I don't care about that. We don't know who he is?
We don't know who he is.
See, I usually a deep dive guy. I don't know why I didn't look at him.
Yeah.
Is he a younger kid? Or?
He was a younger kid, yeah, because I looked at it. I'm like, who is he? And then it was like he lived in the area, but it looked like he was originally from Canada. So I don't know.
We're getting international trolls.
International trolls.
Is it with a Z?
It was with a Z. Zandertower. Xander Tower. Which is good for me though, because that means people are seeing it. Because I always get surprised when like somebody who I have no idea is commenting on it. I'm like, who is this? How do I know you? And I'm like, I can't figure it out.
I mean, I don't know.
Is that him?
I don't know how to go.
No.
This kid. Yeah. I mean, he seems like a cool guy. There's a lot of different hats.
Yeah. The Oakley hat, that's in now, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It says he's from British Columbia, I guess.
British Columbia, so that's the kid.
He also has a SoundCloud, so for you to like expose yourself and then you're going to like be like an internet rapper, like now we're going to see what you're all about.
Damn, I wish I had seen before. Then I could have listened to some of his hot beats. What's he got on there? Anything good?
So his last status is November 2nd, 2018, which is wild, like a full year.
Yeah, it was a full year.
Over half the content on Facebook is just recycled straight from Twitter. So this kid's been upset for a while.
He's been angry for a year now.
It's fine, Xander.
You know who this is, Ed? It's the guy Jim's nephew.
Jim.
The guy Jim who said I needed to start doing a trade. Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, some guy chimed in. He's like, it was on the one with the Spike King. He's like, you guys need to shut up and sit down and pick up some tools and join a trade.
First of all, Spike King is like making
take it easy.
Making his name out there.
I know, dude.
Spike King's got
sponsors.
He was on Barstools. He was on a bunch of stuff.
He was on a bunch of stuff, dude. He was on an NFL Network with a commercial. Tom Brady DM'd him about it.
So, yeah, why does he have to go be like a plumber?
I don't know. Apparently, the guy, I think his whole thing was like, if you're a real man, you won't do this and you'll do some sort of construction. I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, robots are going to be doing construction in like 5 years. So.
Yeah, dude, I don't think they want to believe
I don't think it's the time to like go that way.
And, strictly speaking, if he says it's the most boring podcast he's ever watched, you don't watch a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of podcasts out there.
There were a lot. I'm sure I could find something. There were ones on like science and stuff. Isn't there one that they do? It's based on like, what's a really fancy science thing?
A fancy science?
The solar system?
It was like analytics or something. No, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I can say without a doubt, this is not the most boring show on United Podcast Network.
Not number one.
No.
And you produce like 20-something shows, right?
I do.
Can I play devil's advocate, though? I wish I was an HVAC guy so bad. I don't know, like, everyone goes to school for, like, these obscure things. You waste all your money in college and then for, like, no reason. And then I've hired HVAC guys for some of the stuff I've been doing, and it's like $300 for half an hour.
Yeah, it's absurd.
Like, why didn't I do this?
I think about that all the time,
too. I would love to be an HVAC guy. And my girlfriend's, like, genuinely more attracted to, like, tradesmen.
Really?
Yeah, she knows I can't do anything with my hands, and it's been a problem in our relationship. It's come up.
So that's why things keep breaking at the apartment.
Yeah, one time, I had to like reminded that I was like good at sports. She's like, "Oh yeah, I like that about you," because I can't like swing a hammer. We actually have, not to like go completely off the rails, we had a squirrel die on our wall.
Really?
Yeah, and
that's common. That stuff's happened at my house. It's usually
insane.
Birds. I don't know how they get in there.
And it smells so bad for like.
God.
It smelled so bad for like 4 or 5 days. We got over it. no big deal. What was a big deal when it was happening? Now, like, it's been 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks since that happened, and now it's we have about 100 flies in our bathroom.
I saw that on your Instagram. Who's winning that battle?
Oh, we are losing bad. We left. We're just going to go home. Like, we're here for a couple days. Hopefully by the time they'll just all be dead on the floor because they have a short lifespan. But
they do, right?
They're attacking. Yeah.
Aren't they supposed to die soon because it's too cold?
I don't know. They're strong right now. They're doing well.
I've never seen a fly in the winter.
There's a lot in my bathroom.
That's where they all are. They're like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah, dude.
They're hibernating.
I don't recommend going in there. So.
That's funny. I saw that on Instagram. All right, let's see. We got to do my mom's picks, of course. So we got Beat Pete, and I did something different this week because I figured we're always picking on Pete Prisco. So I wanted to see like what would happen if I pinned her up against another expert. So I got that for you too. Last week, Pete went 9-5. My mom went 10-4, so she jumped up another game on him. She's up 16 games on the guy. So yeah,
let him relax almost for a little while.
I know
he's killed.
At this point, there's only 5 weeks left in the season.
Yep.
I don't know if he's going to be able to overcome that many games.
No.
Did you let her know I've requested that your mom be on the show?
I
if she
did.
wins?
I did. So we're gonna have to figure something out.
We're gonna work on that.
We're gonna work on that. You can get her on if I call her, right? You get her on the air.
Oh yeah, I can do anything.
That's what I figured. I'm like, I think Ed
even
Sullivan
if it's
got to
be by phone, we need to do this.
Phone, whatever it is, FaceTime, whatever we have to do, right?
Whatever, we can make it happen.
The presence is requested.
Live call-ins in general would be awesome.
I know. I've been
or
thinking
even
about
like
that.
the Facebook Live, like asking questions, like as this is going on, would be so cool.
Right. I've been thinking about that as well.
Yeah, but what if nobody asks?
I know.
Well, I'm afraid it'll be more like "fuck you, Connor," which is sad. Yeah, like that will happen.
There will be a lot of that. My friends are idiots. So.
Yeah, we tried to do it one time. Everyone's like, "You guys suck." We're like, okay, thanks,
All right.
whatever.
Yeah,
look how nice this desk is. So take that.
Xander Tower and his uncle will just go on there and harass me.
Why aren't you guys tradesmen?
What are you losers doing? All right, but for my mom, so she is 116, 59-1. Pete Prisco is 174-1. So like I said, my mom's 16 games up. So I went and looked at one of the guys from ESPN, like the senior writer or whatever over there, to see what his was. A guy, Seth Wickersham. You heard of him?
Yeah.
Seth Wickersham. So he's 113-62-1. So my mom's 3 games up on him.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see, like, subjectively, is Pete Prisco this bad, or like what is it?
And these are straight up bets, right?
These
aren't
straight
against
up.
the spread.
There's no spread. I know.
Like, at what point do you start betting these? They say it's 50-50 normal in gambling. Like,
I should have done it a while back.
Yeah.
I mean, what would we be on the season if I bet all those money lines?
I don't know. Let me get your mom's number.
Yeah.
Like, if you parlayed these money lines?
Oh my God. Yeah, you still gambling? I know.
No, I stopped.
So you
but
got
as you
cut
can see,
off.
I'm a little itchy. Yeah, no, I stopped.
So you were here 4 weeks ago. It was week 3 of the NFL season. I had to go back and look everything up so I could get Xander's exact quote. I remember you were saying that it's like therapy to you. So
Yeah.
you went off the rails and they had to get rid of you.
No, I told him, I said, I'll be back. I live next to, this has been a point of contention. I live within walking distance to Encore Casino.
Oh, no way.
Which is not good.
How many
and it's
times
like,
have you been there?
it's so, only 4, but everywhere I drive, it's like I can see it for some reason. I go up a random side street and it's such a big structure that if you're looking anywhere in that distance, you can see it. It's not great, but I've won. I've done.
Have you?
I play for like 20 minutes and I win and then I'm leave.
That's what you have to do. That's the only way you win. Because if you stay there, the odds are going to go against your favor.
Oh, 100%. I went by myself one night, which I'm not really proud of. And I was like, I'll pop in, pop out. It was so late at night. It was like after the bar. I was like, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I thought it was like it's like Six Flags at 2 a.m. on a Saturday. So I went in. I was like, I already came over here. I might as well do it. I saw 4 different people I knew.
Did you?
They're like, hey, Jay. I'm like, oh my God. And when that happened the 4th time, I was like, I'll just cash my chips in later. I'm going to take them home. This is ridiculous.
What do you play there?
I play blackjack and I play roulette.
All right.
So I don't want to even learn another game.
Yeah.
But I love
before
blackjack.
You can get into that.
Yeah.
Blackjack, you can get a little bit of a competitive edge. You counting cards or?
I don't have that
No.
brain power, but no, I just bet like if I lose a few hands in a row, I'll bet. I kind of just vary my bets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean, yeah, I usually do all right, but you can't play for the longer you play, you're always going to lose, in my opinion.
Right, because the odds are whatever. It's like 52 and like 47 and like 1%, right?
Yeah.
So they've got like that slight edge and they want to keep you there. So the longer they keep you there. I always laugh. That's one of the funniest things to me is when people are like, the casinos are rigged, dude.
Yeah.
They got it rigged against you. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Like, look at the wall. They'll show like, these are the odds of you winning every game.
Yeah, they tell you. And you're like, oh, okay.
Oh, it's like the scratch tickets. If you look on the back, they'll give you the odds for all of them.
Right.
Like, oh, it's rigged against us. They're doing it. I'm like, yeah, no, we know.
This should be
told you
illegal.
at a time. Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, we got my mom's picks. Let's see. Let's get into it. We got 3 games tomorrow. Thanksgiving. What a day. The first one's going to be a sloppy game, I think. The Bears versus the Lions. My mom's going to take the Bears. So Driscoll, that's the backup, right? He might not even play.
Really?
Did you see that? Yeah, they're going to play some undrafted free agent who's never played before.
For what team?
For the Lions, potentially.
No, I didn't know that.
So you might want to bet the Bears.
I'm freaking out now because I have to set all my fantasy lineups. Because I forgot
true.
there's 3 games tomorrow. That's going to be a big deal.
You got a chance at the playoffs in any of these?
Yeah, and
All right,
one.
so it's serious.
Jason Buco's league.
Wow.
Oh, my record is so bad throughout my. It's a 10-year. I've been in the league for 10 years.
Yep.
I've made the playoffs like twice, but I might win my other league. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Same thing's going on with me, man. In my buddy Wolf's league, dude, I'm just holding on. I'm winning like 86-82 the past like 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
Like last week, I had the 49ers defense. I needed them to shut down Green Bay. The other kid had all Green Bay players.
Yeah.
So miraculously, it happens. So I'm riding that luck wave there.
Yeah, you gotta.
All right, so Bears, Lions. My mom's going to Bears. Then we have Dallas, Buffalo. That's going to be a good one. My mom's going to take Dallas there. People are still complaining about that tripping call. You saw that
Yes.
Yeah.
The league complained. I mean, the league apologized, didn't they? Technically.
Yeah, I think they did, but I don't know why people were acting like Dak Prescott was going to go down and score and win the game. Like, he hadn't scored a touchdown the entire time. It's a monsoon. The game's on the line at Gillette Stadium.
Yeah.
And they're the best defense in the league.
They're being hard
He's
on.
not going to score,
They're
man.
being hard on Jacoby Myers and the other kid, and it's just like it was a monsoon. Like you
It
said,
was,
Like,
yeah.
They're dropping the ball because it's a hurricane.
That was the worst weather I've seen in a while in New England.
Yeah, it was bad.
That says a lot. Tomorrow night, we have Atlanta, New Orleans, man. Atlanta beat them a couple weeks ago. My mom is going to take the Saints, though. She's going New Orleans. I think they're going to bounce back. Jacksonville, Tampa Bay. My mom's going Tampa Bay. Baltimore 49ers. That's going to be a good game.
I might even watch that. I rarely watch anything except the Patriots.
You might have to. That's going to be really good. That's like the best offense versus either them or the Patriots, the best defense.
And the Patriots are going to see one or both of them over time.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate Jimmy G so much.
Do you? I'm not really a fan of him either.
I hate him because of the Maz thing. Like my Twitter is basically 90% me being like, "We should have kept Jimmy G." To Tony, like just to Tony Maserati because we kept Brady and he was like Brady's fall off a cliff. We won like 2 Super Bowls since then.
I think since Brady left, they went to the Super Bowl every year and they won twice.
Yeah.
So
like,
since Jimmy G's left, they've went to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row and they won 2 of them.
I hate how well he's doing though.
He is doing pretty good. He is doing pretty good, dude. He is doing pretty well.
Game manager.
I was just going to say that defense is what's holding on. Although we can't say much here in New England because the defense is holding us together.
I know. We're having a little bit of a tough.
But
we'll see.
We'll see. Baltimore is the cockiest team I've ever seen, though. I think that's going to come around to bite him.
He's gotten a lot better since last year. I
Lamar
thought he was
Jackson's
horrible last year.
incredible
Throwing the
now.
ball, he was.
He was. I mean, remember the game versus the Chargers?
That's what it was.
They
I
just
watched
stopped the run and
I
dared
watched
him
that whole
to throw.
game. I go, this is ridiculous. And then this
now he
year,
can do
he
it.
got a lot better. Yeah,
That's what's crazy is he's so mobile, and then if they stop him, he's got an arm now.
yeah.
So we'll see. What are you saying, Ed?
You know, I think a little blocking would go a long way for the Patriots.
Oh, for the Patriots, yeah.
That's true.
You know, Brady hasn't had a ton of time.
Yeah, and unfortunately with Sony Michel, I just think that last year they had James Devlin and Rob Gronkowski. He was running behind them the whole time.
Well,
they were just smash mouth the defense.
Belichick will throw a random guy in to pretend he's a fullback.
I hope so, yeah. I saw Landon Roberts out there a couple times.
A couple nice blocks from him.
He'll figure something out. We know he will. All right, so that's going to be a crazy game. That's going to be like one of the games of the year, I feel like, Baltimore, San Francisco.
Yeah.
My mom is going to take Baltimore there, though. Cincinnati, the Jets. My mom's taking the Jets. I think this is going to be the first game that the Bengals finally win. Andy Dalton's getting thrown back in there. I think they're going to come alive and they're going to win this one, but we'll see. My mom is going Jets. Then we got Pittsburgh, Cleveland. My mom's going to take Cleveland. Carolina, Washington. My mom's taking Carolina. Then we have the Giants in Green Bay. My mom's going to take the Packers. Miami, Philadelphia. My mom's going to take Philadelphia. A couple of these games should be sloppy. Indianapolis, Tennessee. My mom is going to take Indianapolis. Then we have Arizona and the Rams. Oh, my God. The Rams got embarrassed the other night by Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I think it was like 6 drives, 6 touchdowns in a row.
Yeah,
That was
I have
laughable.
a Cooper Cup jersey that hasn't come out of the closet yet.
He's had some spectacular games, but not as of late.
Yeah, he's good too. He's surprisingly good. I think I might have actually talked about him last time we had a podcast.
Yeah. Well, he was a stud in the beginning of the year, and now Jared Goff can't complete a pass to save his life.
That's crazy how that happens.
Well, he got paid like a massive contract, and now this year he's doing nothing. Sometimes that happens, man. They take the money.
100%.
My mom is going to take the Rams in that one, though. We'll see what happens there. Kansas City, Oakland. My mom's going to take Kansas City. Denver and the Chargers. She's going LA Chargers. Houston Patriots. My mom's going to take the Patriots, of course. That's going to be a good game, too. We'll see what Houston's made of. Deshaun Watson's similar to Lamar Jackson. He just doesn't have that speed.
Yeah. I think he's probably definitely a better passer, but
Yeah, I think he's a stud.
what's their record?
10. No, not 10. And we're 10. And
I can't afford Red Zone, so I am missing a lot of football this
You don't
year.
have Red Zone?
No.
That's tough.
I don't know why I don't have it. I didn't have it for the first 5 weeks. I was like, I'm not going to get it now, but I don't.
Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and make an investment.
I watch the weirdest stuff.
That's an investment right there.
There's a whole thing, but they trick you by like making you have the History Channel with it, and then
No way.
so like you can't just cancel at the end of this. You can cancel at the end of the season, but you forget. It's very confusing.
I'm sure they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah,
what provider do you have?
Xfinity.
Xfinity. Okay.
Was that Comcast? I don't know.
I think that's Comcast.
Yeah.
It is.
They're cousins. They all do the same thing.
Yeah, they're all
what I
scamming
mean?
me.
They all know. Like, oh, you want to watch football?
I said
Yeah,
something.
buddy.
I said something to the guys. Like, that's why you guys do that. And he started cracking up. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm glad you're having so much fun.
Well, it's funny. Like the people that we deal with, they have nothing to do with it. They're like, yeah, of course, that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
But-
he's like, obviously, I hate this place.
yeah. Take it easy.
Yeah.
All right, then we got the final game of the week, Monday Night Football. Another great game, Seattle, Minnesota. My mom is going to take Seattle. That's a bunch of really good games this week. That's going to be a good week to watch.
That's good. Well, are you gonna tell them about the flop right now? I'm getting stressed out because you know what I mean. We burned some time at the beginning.
What flop? Oh yeah, we burned through a little bit. We've been going off.
I don't want to contribute to Jay's gambling problem, but
Let's hear it.
have you seen the spread on Baltimore San Francisco?
I think it's super low.
6 points.
What? In whose favor?
Baltimore.
Is it
Really?
in Baltimore, obviously?
Yeah,
Wow.
but still.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points.
That's a tough one not to put money on San Fran.
It's a lot of points to lay to that defense.
It's tough for me to bet on Jimmy.
Yeah.
I think, or else
Well, you're betting on the defense if it makes you feel better.
Yeah,
Right.
That's true.
We'll
He's
see.
a game manager.
We'll see, because a bunch of times with the 49ers, I keep thinking like their defense is not going to, like, not that they're going to get exposed, but they're not going to shut down the other team like they have. And I thought maybe last week they could hold the Packers to 8 points.
I've been feeling that way about the Patriots defense.
Yeah. Although the Patriots did get blown up by Lamar Jackson in Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't think that happens twice.
I don't think it does either.
Who knows?
Bill Belichick's too good. He's too smart.
Yeah.
All right. But Jay did have a point.
Yeah.
We should probably get to the point.
I know, which is you got to interview me.
I'm
this time.
interviewing Conor
That's
today.
why you're in the interview
I'm
seat.
sitting. I should have dressed up, but
I know, it's
I
all
almost
right.
wore a suit.
We're a little. I thought you might have.
I was thinking about
maybe
it.
a tuxedo.
A little bit of a bit.
All right.
So I'm going to interview you.
I'm ready.
We're flopping this.
We're flopping.
Shout out to Mac and Soli, who was almost the third guest today, but
I know.
I don't know what happened.
I guess he didn't want to come on.
No, the bright lights. Too much for some people.
Some
Who
people.
knows?
I
We'll see what
agree,
happens.
man.
He's getting spiffed up to go to the Clada tonight.
is that what's
Yeah.
going on?
We'll talk about that at the end.
I was gonna say, is he 21 again?
He's back.
The Clatter is the place to go, man. If you're not old enough to drink.
We'll talk about the Clada. So how basically did you just get started doing this?
Doing this
in the
man.
most official set of all time?
That's a great question. I mean, I met Ed probably back in July, I want to say. I don't know if you remember. Remember the kid James that I had on originally? He's been on a couple times.
Yeah.
I had him on the first time. So oddly enough, I saw him, and he has a pretty big following online. Like,
Yeah.
I saw him on LinkedIn and then Twitter. And you know, on Twitter, you can see where people are tweeting from.
Mm-hmm.
I just assumed that he was from LA because he's doing all these different things. He's in commercials. He's doing modeling. I thought he must live in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I saw the tweet, and it's like Windham, New Hampshire. I'm like, oh shit, this guy lives locally.
Yeah.
And then I messaged him and just asked him like how he got into it. Started talking. He was saying like podcasting. He thinks it's going to be a big thing. If you want to get into the entertainment industry, that might be a good avenue to go.
Yeah.
And then he was the one who was like, I know the place above Two Guys Smoke Shop in Salem has this awesome studio. He's like, I talked to the owner and the engineer there before. He's like, you should set up a meeting.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I'm like, above
Yeah.
Two Guys Smoke Shop. And then I reached out to them and I came up here. He was with us that day and we all met. And I started pitching you guys the idea for the show. And then I was like, let's just do it.
And we told them no.
They told me no multiple times.
That's a question on you. When you said you want to start a podcast, was anyone like, no, you don't have to?
Yeah, pretty much.
The people he wanted to pay told him, no, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, we don't keep your money.
Yeah, literally. I was like, Dave, I want to hire you. He's like, we got to talk about this.
It took you a couple tries to get a yes.
Yeah.
So he was persistent.
Really? I was really persistent. Yeah.
No, we were trying to talk him out of it.
They tried to talk me out of it.
100%
For what reason?
serious. We did usually no
pretty much.
Well, there
they
was
like this is video as well.
No, usually we're looking for people who are supporting a business or something they're selling, right? Just so that we like people to make money on their podcast, so they don't get sick of paying us every week.
Yeah,
find something that makes sense for both sides.
Am I one of the only ones that has a purely entertainment podcast, or the boringest podcast in the world to some people? But for purposes.
Yeah, you have no purpose.
I don't.
Well, maybe you can reverse engineer. Maybe you can build, sell some sort of I don't know. Some barbecue sauce based on your podcast. You know
Possibly, man.
Yeah.
Whatever they want to buy.
Something like that.
You know
Anything
what?
they want to buy.
I should sell a subscription. Subscription to my mom's picks. You want the picks?
Listen,
you got to pay $8 a month.
If that keeps up, I will give you $5 the text in thing that you can do, and then you text your mom's picks. That's fine.
Each week.
Get your mom, to do a newsletter that she sends out weekly to the subscribers.
You want to know what's funny? That's what CBS Sportsline does. It's like $5 a month, and it's like, if you go on there off Google, they'll give you like a teaser.
Yeah.
Where they'll give you like a couple people, and they're like, oh, you want to know the whole DraftKings team that's going to win $8 million?
Yeah.
You got to subscribe. Like,
that's
do you want to know all the winners? And they'll show you like last week, like we picked this game right. It's funny. I'm like, all right, maybe we can get into that.
Yeah. You got. I mean, you could piggyback a business off of your podcast. Yeah. What's your Yelp review of the experience so far? Do you feel good about it?
My Yelp review for
you doing a podcast
of me or the studio, or
I don't know. I shouldn't have said Yelp review. How do you feel about your pod? Do you think it's going well so far? Are you happy with it?
I think it's going pretty well. Yeah. I'm always looking to better it and expand it and get more out of it. I guess the only thing is I got to figure out what I'm going to keep doing.
Well, that's the thing too, is you obviously have a couple guests that you really want, and then you get those, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because you're pretty all over the place. It's not all over the place, but you're pretty broad as far as your guests. Yeah, you have a bunch of different guests though.
Yes.
So a bunch of different avenues. So that's interesting. I mean, that helps you because there's more of those type of people, you know what I mean, around you. There's no specificity involved.
Right. So there's sports. There's I've done stuff with recovery with people like that. I've done you, comedian. I had a lady message me on LinkedIn. She's like, oh, I just wrote a funny book. She's like, have you ever had an author or a comedian or a dating expert on the show? I'm like, I've had all three, but they were three different people. Yeah. What do you got, lady?
I'm all for. Well, you could. I mean, if it ever came to it where you just wanted there's 100 comedians in Boston, I'd be like, I'd do a podcast.
They're all looking to get on something, right?
Something, yeah.
That's what I feel like now too. Just especially I give the place here, Ed Sullivan specifically, an A+. The whole setup.
A+.
A+.
Oh, I mean, yeah. And as far as this stuff goes, this has to be the best you can do.
We haven't been disappointed in Conor.
No,
we didn't expect much. No, so this is a pleasant surprise.
You tried to kick him out.
I was going to say, I don't know if it was because the expectations were so low, or if I'm just I'm just the host of all hosts or something. I don't know.
I don't know about host of all. Just calm down a little there.
I'm on the right track. I guess
you're on the right track.
We'll see. But yeah, no, I can't believe that I actually found this place because I always ask myself, how did I even find it? How do people find you typically, Ed?
They wander in the cigar store.
Yeah.
We say, hey, you look like you want a podcast.
Yeah. I've lived a mile away. I mean, I moved last year, but I lived a mile away for 26 years from Two Guys Smoke Shop. And I didn't, I mean, this probably hasn't been here for that long, but I had no clue. This is up here. That's why when you said Two Guys Smoke Shop of all buildings, I was like, what?
Yeah.
No, the studio's been around for a little over 2 years.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
But, the owner's been doing a podcast for just about 10. We did our 500th episode a couple weeks ago.
Crazy, man.
How long has the store been open?
This store, I think he started across the street. Yep. And that must have been 25 years ago. Does that sound right, Gary?
20.
Yeah.
He's been in the business 35.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's insane. Yeah. So, yeah. So you're going to keep doing it?
Keep doing it. That's the plan. I'm going to keep doing it for the foreseeable future. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome though. I mean, there's a lot of people like self-starting stuff like this too. You know what I mean? There was a kid that sat next to me at Central Catholic, and I don't know how he got to where he is now, but he has like 2 million followers.
Really?
He's
you guys
like,
still talk?
No, he lives in a mansion. I think he has a lot to do with like the video game blow up, where like you can do that type of stuff.
Okay.
But he has like millions of dollars from it.
Oh,
and I'm just like, what?
What does he play, like Fortnite on YouTube?
No,
or something?
I think it was even before. It was like Call of Duty, and then he turned that into like where you just video yourself in the morning, like, hey, I'm having breakfast, and then 10 million little kids watch it.
Right.
And who knows how much. But yeah, it's insane.
It's funny. You don't even have to be like a TV star now. Some of all these like super famous people are just famous from YouTube or Instagram models and everything.
Speaking of like reverse engineering stuff, like there's all these guys who are like vloggers who, like I said, like film their breakfast, and now they're getting like headline gigs at like comedy stuff who are like, as comedians, which is just like there's a lot. Like if you like look at the Wilbur Theater, there's a lot of people like radio people. Everyone has like a one-man show right now too. So it's just like, I mean, there's a lot of different avenues to go in.
That's what I'm thinking about, because this is like partially a TV show, it's partially a radio show. It's its own show without having like any backing. Like you can just produce it yourself. Anyone that's interested, come see Ed down at Studio 21 podcast.
We'll have a line out the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we only have a few minutes left. Do you want to talk about the night before Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
A local scene?
What do you think?
I
know Ed's got a good plan. I don't know about us.
Oh, yeah, you're going to Giggles.
He's going to Giggles.
I'm going to Giggles.
That's a good move.
I'm going to giggle.
You're going to giggle. You're going to be mingling amongst the stars.
Absolutely.
Lenny
Clark.
You're not going.
Clark.
You're not going to the bar that everyone from your high school goes to the year after they graduate.
I'm a little old for that.
I thought I was too, but all my friends are going.
Yeah.
The Clatta. The Clatta is the big place.
The Clatta is the big place, man.
That's from Methuen too, right?
That's from Methuen, oddly enough, for it being in Lawrence.
Yeah.
I don't think I can show my face. I think there's an age limit. Once you're over the age of 25, you're not allowed to go in there.
Well, I did some quick math, and the kids who the kids who graduated, when I graduated, who were in school, so say I was in 12th grade, those kids were in 2nd grade.
Okay.
When I was a senior. And the kids who are eligible to drink now, who are 21, were in 5th grade when I was a senior.
So you're going drinking with 5th graders.
I hope
5th graders. Wow.
See, if that was the pull, like I would just like get there's a bunch of drunk 5th graders at the bar, I might do it. But like for them to be like 21-year-olds being like, "Who are you?" Like
then that would actually be funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are you so and so's uncle? Like, no, I'm not going.
Like who are these random 30-year-olds?
Yeah.
Take it easy. No,
I asked someone recently, like I was like, "How old do you think I am?" Because a couple of my buddies are like 23 from comedy, and someone was like 28, and I was like, "Well, that's exactly how old I am."
So what a guess!
I don't know if that's good or bad, but I was expecting something. I was like, "Oh, 25, 30, like whatever." Like this is exactly how old you are.
People used to always guess my age way older than it was, and I'm always like, "This isn't going to be good when I'm 40." They make this guy's like 60 years old. And
See, that's always
a bad trajectory.
A scary experience that you'll have to live through when you go somewhere, and then you look around and realize I'm the oldest person in here.
It was much better when I was like 19 and I was trying to go buy beer at a random store.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, we sent a couple kids from Methuen and I in for us that had some good beards going in high school.
Did you? Yeah. I knew the spots. I can't say any names, although the place that I used to go to changed names recently.
Really?
Yeah, a few years ago it changed names, and I think I know why.
Well, see, it gets more strict all the time.
It does. It does.
I actually bought beer the first time when I was 14.
Really?
Yeah. The age was 18.
My dad said that too, though. Like he could just, because he had a beard young and he could do that. He just walked into the store.
Yeah, my dad would say the same thing. But the drinking age when you guys were kids was 18, right? So that's like being 20 and trying to pass for 21 if you're 17 trying to pass as 18.
Yeah, and it's tougher these days.
It is, yeah, because there's just so much more strict.
The youth say they have a tougher life, and this
doesn't seem easy.
No, it can't be.
It's difficult. It's difficult to be us these days. I mean, maybe we should pick up some tools and start working as a trade.
So where are we going?
That's a good question, man.
Let's go to the cottage.
Fortunately for me, I was sick coming into this. I've been sick for the past like 4 or 5 days. Hopefully I'm not getting you guys sick here. But my sister did say she was going with a couple of her friends who I haven't seen in a while that they're going to the cottage. So I might make an appearance if you're going there.
Yeah.
Is that the move? Is that the spot?
It might be. I think we might hit. Are we just going to plug local businesses? I might go to eat dinner at Fusion House.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess we are just going to plug local businesses. So if you want to eat, go to the Fusion House.
Yeah, come with us.
If you want to drink, go to the Irish Cottage.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Have you? Which one?
Irish Cottage.
Irish Cottage is good,
It used to be in a dart league.
Really?
And, oh yeah, we
You look like a
competed
serious
there.
dart player.
I'm pretty serious.
You're pretty serious, right?
I think we flip flop next time. I go over there, press a bunch of buttons, and we get a dart league interview.
That's a good one. Now, yeah, because you're rotating.
Yeah.
So you sat here, you sat there. Now you're gonna have to go to Ed's seat, and then from there, you just heckle me from the audience.
I'll heckle you from out there.
Dart league can be scary, the away games in Lawrence.
Speaking of the clatter,
Speaking of the clatter,
you got to be careful down there. All right, so that's the move for tonight, right? Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll keep going. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Jason. Where do you want people to look you up? People who are watching.
Just find me on the street.
Find them on the street. Don't even go to social media. That's old news. But for me, go to social media. Follow, like, subscribe, YouTube. Tell your friends. Tell your grandmother at Thanksgiving dinner. You know what to do. See you next week.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.